Rev up your engine! Today I'm going to talk about jump starting your car with one of these little jump starter battery setups. There's tons of them out there, and I've been trying them out for years, and here's what I've discovered. Now, the original ones were all lead acid batteries like the Stanley. They had a limited amount. They have 300 amps of starting power with 600 battery peak amps. They're simple to use. Positive on positive. Negative on negative. Now I know some people are going to cringe now and say, Scotty, you know what you're doing. You put positive to positive, negative to negative. If you get a spark, the battery can blow up for hydrogen gas exploding. If you use conventional jumper cables, that's the case. But with all these systems, you don't have to worry about a spark. There's no power going to these things when you connect them like that because the switch is off. After it's all connected, then you turn the switch on. So there's no external spark. It's all inside here. So you don't have to worry about it. Connecting the cables direct to the battery is the most efficient way. If you connect the positive to the positive of the battery and the negative to the ground of the body, then the power has to go through the body and the cable and back to the battery. It's best to have it right on the battery. And with the switch, you don't have to worry about anything. You can connect it that way, then turn the switch on. Now, these old-fashioned lead-acid ones, this one's like $49. They work okay. Now, it's a limited amount of amperage, only 300 amps, and it is a lead-acid battery. So it's particularly heavy, large. If you store one in your trunk, takes up a lot of space. Sure, it'll knock your gas mileage down a little, but I mean, it isn't that heavy. It ain't gonna do all that much, but mainly it's heavy, takes up a lot of space, and it is a lead acid battery. Over time, the thing is just flat gonna go out. I've used these things over the years, the last 15, 20 years, I've gone through 2 or 3 of these things. It seems to me that after a year and a half, sometimes 2 years, the lead acid battery just starts to go bad. You can recharge it. I mean, this thing, look, it's got a plug. You just get an extension cord and plug it into here and you can recharge it in your house. But over time, the lead acid battery just goes bad. The lead acid batteries in your car, they're made to start the car, then be recharged. Start the car, then be recharged. They cycle. That thing, it just sits there, not in use. And when a battery that's a lead acid battery sits there not in use, it has a very limited lifespan. Here I've got 4 different ones that I tried out. And the advantage of the lithium ion batteries are they can hold charge a really long time. They're super lightweight. This tiny little thing has a lot of power. It's got starting current of 1,000 amps and peak current of 2,200 amps. And when you compare it to this lead acid one, that's only 300 amps starting power and 600 peak amps. The little lithium ion one is a much stronger battery. So now you gotta decide which one is best for your car. Well, you can buy the cheaper ones of these with a lot less power for as little as $29, or you can get one that's $229 that's even stronger than this. Now the one that I found the best bang for the buck is this TOPVISION, and it's called a G26 TOPVISION. This is $82 on Amazon. USB ports in here, got a light. Yeah, it's got just about everything you'd want in a little jump starter. I had a guy tow me over here, Ford F350. The battery was totally flat. I just hooked this thing up, turned the key, whoosh, the engine started right up. To compare this to the smaller bolt power, yeah, it's a lot cheaper, but it's only got 300 start amps. I tried this on the same vehicle, wouldn't start it. Because, of course, the more amperage you have, the easier it's going to start your vehicle. And the big advantage of the good lithium-ion battery packs is their lifespan. Let's flip it over. Look what it says. Lifespan, 1,000 times. Now, if you do have to jump start your car 1,000 times, hey, come on, there's something wrong with your car. You need to fix it. But this thing gets started 1,000 times. That's a lot of starting. They can stay charged for a long time. I've tried them out, this particular one. I let one sit for 6 months unused, and it still had over 90% of its charge left. This one that wouldn't start the F350, it was still $60, twice the power out of one of these. I'd spend the extra $21 myself. These things can be lifesavers. Who wants one that isn't going to work when you need it? And sure, like I said, you can even buy $200-something ones that are stronger than this, but that's pretty much overkill. unless you had a diesel engine. If you had a diesel engine, you'd have to buy the absolute best one you can get your hands on. It's got glow plugs and it's a harder engine to turn. That's a completely different story. But for gasoline engines, this one works perfectly fine. And for phones or kids' games, it's got the output one that's the high output 5 volt, and it's got the second one that's also a 5 volt one for running phones or whatever. I mean, it's got a lot of power and a lot of ways you can use it. On that DC side, it even comes with this adapter for a cigarette lighter. If you've got everything set up in your car to plug in a cigarette lighter, you can plug it in here, give it to the kids in the back seat. So now you know all about modern jump starting. That the old lead acid battery ones, that's a thing of the past. Lithium ion is really the way to go if you want a good, reliable battery pack that not only will start any vehicle that you've got, but also last a long time. 1,000 jumps out of this little box. I certainly say you got your money's worth. You used all 1,000 up. And since this is Mechanic Monday, I'm giving away one of these TOPVISION battery jumpstart packs. To have a chance to win, place a clean, non-offensive comment on the YouTube comments below, and a winner will be chosen randomly by computer to get a state-of-the-art lithium-ion jumpstart kit. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.